distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to this ceremony where we shall witness some shining examples of India-Maldives bilateral cooperation. These are by the way of joint virtual inauguration of projects, exchange of agreements and memoranda of understanding, followed by press statements by our two leaders. First, we shall witness a video on India-assisted development projects in Maldives, including the introduction of the RuPay card, redevelopment of Hanimado Airport, and construction of social housing units in Greater Malay region. The video, please.
The bonds between India and Maldives stretch back centuries, woven together through rich trade and cultural exchanges. Over the years, this relationship has evolved, characterized by mutual respect and unwavering support, underpinned by India's neighborhood first policy and Sagar vision. India has always been the first responder in the Maldives during times of crisis. Under the visionary leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President Dr. Mohamed Muizzu, this relationship is poised to achieve greater heights. As we launch the RuPay card in the Maldives today, this will pave way for strengthening India-Maldives relations by boosting tourism and economic cooperation. It will allow Indian tourists to make cashless transactions easily, reducing costs and enhancing convenience, especially in the Maldives tourism sector. Today, the inauguration of the new runway at Hanimado International Airport marks a significant milestone in the airport's ongoing expansion project. Hanimado Airport redevelopment under Indian line of credit of USD 132 million aims to provide a completely new infrastructure including runway, ATC tower, ARFF block, hangar, cargo facilities, passenger terminal building. In Hulumale Phase 2, today we hand over 700 housing units to Government of Maldives built under Exim Bank's Buyer's Credit Scheme. As per priorities of Government of Maldives, these units are being provided under social housing schemes to offer affordable living spaces to Maldivians. Overall, under this project, 4,000 housing units are being developed under financing by Exim Bank. Today's inaugurations further emphasize the strong development ties between the two nations as truly being partners in development.
With the introduction of the RuPay card payments in Maldives, we will now watch live the first such transaction. We now have the virtual inauguration of the runway of Hanimado Airport. I request the two leaders to kindly unveil the virtual plaque by pressing the button in front of them. Thank you, sir. We now have the virtual handing over of 700 social housing units. We again request the two leaders to kindly unveil the virtual plaque by pressing the button, please. Thank you, sir. We now move to the exchange of agreements and documents. First, we shall witness the exchange of the currency swap agreement. This will be exchanged on the Maldivian side by Mr. Ahmed Munawar, Governor of Maldives Monetary Authority, and on the Indian side by Shri Ajay Seth, Secretary, Department of Economic Affairs, Ministry of Finance. we next have exchange of two MOUs between between the Rashtriya Raksha University of Republic of India and the National College of Policing and Law Enforcement of the Republic of Maldives. This will be done on the Maldivian side by Mr. Ibrahim Saib, High Commissioner of Maldives to India, and on the Indian side by Dr. Rajendra Kumar, Secretary Border Management, Ministry of Home Affairs. I request the Secretary and the High Commissioner to stay on because the next exchange is also by them. This is the MOU between the Central Bureau of India and the Anti-Corruption Commission of Maldives for bilateral cooperation on prevention and combating corruption. Thank you, sir. We now have the exchange of renewal of MOU between the National Judicial Academy of India and the Judicial Service Commission of Maldives on training and capacity building programs for Maldivian judicial officer. On the Maldivian side, it will be exchanged by Mr. Ibrahim Saib, High Commissioner of Maldives to India, and on the Indian side by Shri Manu Mahavar, High Commissioner of India to Maldives. Request the High Commissioners to stay on for the next exchange, which is the renewal of MOU between India and Maldives on cooperation in sports and youth affairs. Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the exchange ceremony. I now request spokesperson of the Ministry of External Affairs to conduct the remainder of the proceedings.
Namaskar, good afternoon. Your Excellency Dr. Mohamed, Muizzu, President of the Republic of Maldives, Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, Honorable Ministers and members of both delegations, distinguished guests and friends from the media. We will now have the press statements. May I request Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji to give his remarks to the media.
Your Excellency, राष्ट्रपति मुइज्जू, दोनों देशों के डेलीगेट्स, मीडिया के हमारे साथी, सबको नमस्कार। सबसे पहले मैं राष्ट्रपति मुइज्जू और उनके प्रतिनिधि मंडल का हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूं। भारत और मालदीव के संबंध सदियों पुराने हैं और भारत मालदीव का सबसे करीबी पड़ोसी और घनिष्ठ मित्र देश है। हमारी नेबरहुड फर्स्ट पॉलिसी और सागर विजन ने मालदीव का महत्वपूर्ण स्थान है इन दोनों में। भारत ने सदैव मालदीव के लिए फर्स्ट रिस्पॉन्डर की भूमिका निभाई है, चाहे मालदीव के लोगों के लिए एसेंशियल कमोडिटीज की जरूरत पूरा करना हो, प्राकृतिक आपदा के समय पीने का पानी उपलब्ध कराना हो, कोविड के समय वैक्सीन देने की बात हो। भारत ने हमेशा अपने पड़ोसी होने के दायित्व को निभाया है और आज हमने आपसी सहयोग को स्ट्रेटेजिक दिशा देने के लिए कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव इकोनॉमिक और मैरीटाइम सिक्योरिटी पार्टनरशिप विजन अपनाया है। फ्रेंड्स, डेवलपमेंट पार्टनरशिप हमारे संबंधों का अहम स्तंभ है और हमने इसमें हमेशा मालदीव के लोगों की प्राथमिकताओं को प्रमुखता दी है। इस वर्ष एसबीआई ने मालदीव के $100 मिलियन के ट्रेजरी बिल्स का रोल ओवर किया है। आज मालदीव की आवश्यकता अनुसार $400 मिलियन और 3,000 करोड़ रुपए का करेंसी स्वैप समझौता भी संपन्न हुआ है। हमने मालदीव में इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर विकास के लिए व्यापक सहयोग पर बात की है। आज हमने पुनर्विकसित हनीमाधु एयरपोर्ट का उद्घाटन किया है। अब ग्रेटर माले कनेक्टिविटी प्रोजेक्ट में भी तेजी लाई जाएगी। थिलाफुशी में नए कमर्शियल पोर्ट के विकास में भी सहयोग दिया जाएगा। आज भारत के सहयोग से बनाए गए 700 से अधिक सोशल हाउसिंग यूनिट्स हैंडओवर किए गए हैं। मालदीव के 28 आइलैंड्स पर पानी और सीवरेज प्रोजेक्ट्स पूरे किए गए हैं। 6 अन्य आइलैंड पर भी शीघ्र काम पूरा किया जाएगा। ये प्रोजेक्ट 30,000 लोगों को साफ पानी की सप्लाई सुनिश्चित करेंगे। हा दालू में एग्रीकल्चर इकोनॉमिक जोन और हा आलिफू में फर्स्ट प्रोसेसिंग फैसिलिटी स्थापित करने में भी सहयोग दिया जाएगा। ओशिनोग्राफी और ब्लू इकोनॉमी में भी हम साथ मिलकर काम करेंगे। फ्रेंड्स, आर्थिक संबंधों को मजबूत करने के लिए हमने फ्री ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट पर चर्चा शुरू करने का निर्णय लिया। लोकल करेंसी में ट्रेड सेटलमेंट पर भी काम किया जाएगा। हमने डिजिटल कनेक्टिविटी पर भी फोकस किया है। कुछ दिन पहले मालदीव में रुपे कार्ड लॉन्च किया गया है। आने वाले समय में भारत और मालदीव को यूपीआई से भी जोड़ने के लिए काम किया जाएगा। अड्डू में नया भारतीय कॉन्सुलेट और बेंगलुरु में मालदीव का नया कॉन्सुलेट खोलने पर भी हमने बात की है। इन सभी पहलों से हमारे पीपल टू पीपल संबंधों को बल मिलेगा। फ्रेंड्स, हमने रक्षा और सुरक्षा सहयोग के विभिन्न पहलुओं पर विस्तार से चर्चा की। एकता हार्बर प्रोजेक्ट में काम तेजी से चल रहा है। हम मालदीव नेशनल डिफेंस फोर्सेस की ट्रेनिंग और कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग में अपना सहयोग जारी रखेंगे। इंडियन ओशन रीजन में स्थिरता और समृद्धि के लिए हम मिलकर काम करेंगे। हाइड्रोग्राफी और डिजास्टर रिस्पांस में सहयोग बढ़ाया जाएगा। कोलंबो सिक्योरिटी कॉन्क्लेव में फाउंडिंग मेंबर के रूप में जुड़ने के लिए मालदीव का स्वागत है। क्लाइमेट चेंज हम दोनों देशों के लिए बड़ी चुनौती है। इस संबंध में सोलर और एनर्जी एफिशिएंसी में भारत अपने अनुभव मालदीव के साथ साझा करने के लिए तैयार है। एक्सेलेंसी, एक बार फिर आपका और आपके डेलीगेशन का भारत में बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। आपकी यात्रा से हमारे संबंधों में एक नया अध्याय जुड़ रहा है। मालदीव के लोगों की प्रगति और समृद्धि के लिए हम अपना हर संभव सहयोग देते रहेंगे। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Thank you, sir. May I now request His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Muizzu, President of the Republic of Maldives, to give his remarks to the media.
Excellency Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of the Republic of India, distinguished members of both delegations, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to you all. Let me start by conveying my sincere gratitude to President Her Excellency Drupadi Murmu for the invitation extended to me. I also thank the President Prime Minister Modi, the government and friendly people of India for the warm welcome and generous hospitality accorded to me and my delegation since our arrival yesterday. Prime Minister Modi and I held extensive discussions, taking stock of our successful development journey together and charting a path for the future collaboration between our two countries. We agreed on a comprehensive vision document charting the course of our bilateral relationship. A vision for comprehensive economic and maritime security partnership will encompass development cooperation, trade and economic partnerships, digital and financial initiatives, energy projects, health cooperation, as well as maritime and security cooperation. India is a key partner in the socio-economic and infrastructure development of the Maldives and has stood by the Maldives during our times of need. I would like to thank Prime Minister Modi, the government and people of India for the generous assistance and cooperation extended to the Maldives over the years, including the recent budgetary support in form of rollover of the T-bills. I am thankful for the Indian government's decision to provide support in the form of 30 billion Indian rupees in addition to $400 million bilateral currency swap agreement, which will be instrumental in addressing the foreign exchange issues we are facing right now. Our discussions today underscored a shared commitment to remain engaged on further measures that will bolster the Maldives' economic resilience and stability. We had just now had the virtual launch of the RuPay card, which promises to enhance financial accessibility for the people of Maldives and India. We also just marked the completion of 700 housing units under the Indian Exim Bank's Buyer's Credit Scheme to address the housing needs in the Maldives. Additionally, we witnessed the inauguration of Hanimadu Airport runway, which would lead to better connectivity for economic growth. In addition to this, we have just signed and exchanged key documents aimed at enhancing our collaboration in several critical areas such as youth and sports, combating corruption, and building capacity across various sectors. These agreements will not only strengthen our institutional frameworks but also promote transparency and accountability, which are essential for sustainable development. We look forward to concluding the free trade agreement with India, which will enable us to harness the full economic potential between our countries and to increase Indian investments in both our tourism and various sectors of development. Our people-to-people connections have long been the foundation of the relationship between India and Maldives. Many Maldivians travel to India for tourism, for medical purposes, for education, and for many other needs. At the same time, the Maldives hosts a large number of Indians who contribute to the development of the Maldives. India is one of our largest tourism source markets, and we hope to welcome more Indian tourists to the Maldives, allowing for shared growth and understanding between our peoples. We have closely collaborated on multilateral fora, including seeking solutions to climate change and promoting sustainable development, and will continue to do so. Looking ahead, we are fully committed to strengthening our cooperation with India across a broad spectrum of areas, including high-level exchanges that foster deeper understanding and friendship between our nations. A democratic, prosperous, and a resilient Maldives is important for peace and stability in the Indian Ocean region, and India is an important partner in the maritime security domain due to our geographical proximity. The ties between the Maldives and India are centuries old, as evident throughout our histories. Next year, we will be marking the 60th anniversary of the establishment of formal diplomatic relations between our two countries. I have invited Prime Minister Modi to undertake a state visit to the Maldives to commemorate this occasion. Together, we will work to build a future that only benefits both our countries. I am confident that our continued collaboration will lead to a brighter future. The Maldives will remain a true friend, committed to our shared vision of peace and development in our countries and our region. Prime Minister Modi, let me thank you once again for your commitment to strengthening the ties of friendship between the Maldives and India. I wish both our nations continued growth, prosperity, and harmony. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That concludes the press statements. Please be seated as the dignitaries exit the room.